gonna improvise a little bit and try to figure out what we want to do here. Maybe something like that. See, you're gonna get a good mic level. Yeah, so something I'm gonna hold up close to the mic, that'll work. And we're gonna change the background each time too, so that we get some nice variety, you know, in the recording. It'll be good. Yeah. So here we go. And that should be pretty good for ukulele samples. Yeah. Alright, so here's some of those samples that I took of Hannah. There's Squeaky Toy. This is her rattle, and then this is Hannah. I like that one a lot. That's nice. Alright, so just like a little bit of how on earth I managed to do this. So this could be done in any DAW. I just happen to be using Reaper because I wanted to accompany it with a video, right? So if you were just doing audio, you could literally do this in BandLab or GarageBand or Cakewalk or anything. I just want to, you know, have video with it so that you could see what's going on. So this track right here that's kind of grayed out is just all the original ukulele samples. And I had to do a lot of math to kind of, well, not a lot of math, but I had to do a little bit of math to kind of figure out what I was doing here just to make it super easy. I settled in on a tempo of 150 BPM because that means that in 30 frames per second video, 3 frames of that would be a 16th note, and then 6 frames would be a 8th note, and you know, so on and so forth. And so since I was working with video, I just wanted to choose something that's going to be really easy. I essentially just take these ukulele samples, and you can see in my timeline here that they're all just kind of, you know, done like this. So like for instance, here's the original just octave at the beginning. And then this track right here is just pitch shifted down an octave, and then the track above it is pitch shifted up an octave. What I've got going on right here, let's just solo out this track real quick. So this is a sampler that is super basic. It's called Poise, and it's available for free. You wouldn't be able to get it to work in BandLab because it's in your browser, but this could work in Cakewalk or GarageBand or whatever, right? Poise is free. And I just took all these samples of Hannah playing and giggling and whatnot, and I just put them onto the pads inside this sampler. Then in the MIDI editor, I just kind of created this little, you know, kind of thing. Just repeated that a bunch of times. And then in this track just below it, it's literally the exact same sampler with the exact same stuff in it, but I just sort of like randomly played some Hannah noises as the track went by. And I just think that kind of adds a nice percussive layer to the already existing ukulele stuff. Once I established this bass line, I thought that we could kind of just go with it. And the bass line just never changes throughout the entire thing. Just keeps going. I picked a note, this one is Dom, which is the second note of the C minor scale. This whole thing is in C minor, by the way. So C minor scale, I just picked that note as my first melodic note. And the way I did this is I literally just pasted a bunch of copies of the note for whatever rhythms I wanted to make. And because I knew that 3 frames of material was going to be a 16th note, it was really easy for me to make like this rhythm, which is an 8th note followed by a long note. That was really easy. And then in the next measure, it's easy to do really complicated rhythms. And so you can sort of see the layout of the rhythm here with ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, right, super easy. And each one of these is 3 frames long in a 30 frames per second video, so you get a nice little rhythm. And when there's not a melodic note, it just defaults to the track below it. Think of it kind of like layers in Photoshop. That's how I was able to manage the video aspect of it. Then eventually I just add in another melodic note and another melodic note until I get to the end. And at the end I kind of break the rules a little bit of the assignment in the sense that I use more than 3 notes. Shh, don't tell. But I thought it was kind of cool, and there you go. That's the project. It's ukulele and Hannah. That's it, I guess. I think that's all the sounds. It's all Hannah and uke. There we go.